Hey everybody, it's Garrett over here at Corporate Fitness Works. I'm over here at the Aspiria Fitness Center, and today I'll be teaching a mobility and more formatted class. For today's class, you guys, first and foremost, we're going to be starting off getting a static and a dynamic warm-up. Okay, so this is just going to be getting the body nice and warmed up. Okay, equipment we'll be utilizing for that. We're going to be starting off using this thicker, kind of longish, moderate to heavier resistance band. All right, if you guys don't have a band like this, you guys can grab a longer bath towel and that should work just as well. All right, from there, we're just gonna need some space. So if you guys have space available, you guys can get to a spot where you have space. If not, you guys can just do everything for about 15-30 seconds, and I will designate what you guys should be doing for that. All right, after we get into our warm-ups, after we're done with all our warm-ups, I should say, we're gonna get into the mobility section of our workout. For our mobility work today, you guys, we're gonna be focusing on that shoulder joint area. Okay, so all the exercises that we are gonna be doing today are gonna be helping increase that range of motion in that joint socket. Okay, so increasing that range of motion, and then we also are gonna be working to strengthen that deltoid, all right, or that shoulder muscle to help prevent injury and help improve and get a better, greater range of motion, I should say, in those shoulder joints. All right, so that'll be what we're working on. Equipment we'll be utilizing for that. We're gonna be using a thin or a glute band, very light glute band for that. Okay. Other equipment I'll be utilizing gonna be a thin, longer, lighter resistance band. Okay. So something that's nice and light. Grab a thin one. And then we'll also be utilizing TRX straps. Okay. If you guys don't have TRX straps at your home, that's totally understandable. That makes sense. You guys can just follow along, see what I'm going over. Okay. And you guys can utilize this when you have those available to you. Okay. All right. Like I say, with all of my mobility work that I go over, you guys, it's basically, think of it as like appetizers. Okay. I'm giving you about 4 to 6 different options. That doesn't mean that you need to be doing each option to work on that mobility, but pick and choose what you prefer, what you like, and then you guys can try out all these different mobility exercises with all these different equipment, and then you guys can just pick and choose from there. Okay, so not necessarily meant to be doing all of these every time you're doing shoulder mobility work. Just pick and choose, and like I said, if you guys don't have TRX straps, you guys can just follow along, see what I'm doing for that, and then you guys can integrate that if it's something that you're interested in. Okay. Other than that, after we finish up our mobility section of the workout, we are going to finish up class today with a 6 exercise Tabata total body finisher. Okay. For that, we're going to be hitting some upper body, lower body, and we're going to be hitting some core. So a little bit of everything to kind of encapsulate this nice little mobility and more workout. And then after that, we are done. Okay. For the equipment you'll be needing for that, I got a couple of sets of weights. Okay. They don't have to be too heavy of a weight. Something lighter to moderate would probably be fine. Like I said, 6 exercises. We'll go 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off for our rounds. And that'll be what we have total. Okay. So go grab that equipment, guys. We're going to start off getting warmed up statically. So if you guys have that thicker, moderate resistance band, you guys can grab that. If not, you guys can grab a longer bath towel. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to go through that 4-way resistance band stretch that I typically do to start off class. So if you guys have joined me in this type of class before, you guys know what you got. All right, we're going to stretch out that hamstring, stretch out the abductors, okay, stretch out the adductors, and then we're going to stretch out the calves. Okay, so get that band, loop it around that ball of your foot. Okay, we'll just start off that right leg. All right, loop it around, and then we're going to tilt back, make sure we're keeping that leg relatively straight. Start off with that low tension, and as that leg gets more and more warmed up, you guys can make it tighter and tighter. All right, we're going to hold each of these for about 15 to 30 seconds.
guys, drop that leg to that same side. Keep that back attached to the ground. You guys should feel a stretch in that groin area here. Let's go ahead, guys, bring that leg across that body. Keep that leg straight. Keep that back attached to the ground. You guys can sit it on up. Raise that band just slightly on that foot. Gonna be pulling on that front part of the foot, getting that calf stretched out here. Alrighty, guys, this will be the last thing we do for this first leg. We're gonna do that same thing, everything the same on that second leg. So you guys can go ahead and get that band looped around that second foot. Alright, lean back, start off with low tension. And then as that leg gets warmed up, you guys can get it tighter and tighter. Let's go ahead and drop that leg to that same side here. Get those adductors or that groin area stretched out here. All right, let's bring that leg across that body. Go ahead and sit it on up. Raise that band on that foot just slightly. And then we're going to pull on that front part of the foot, getting that calf stretched out. Alrighty, guys. Go ahead. Stand it on up and get that band out of the way. Done using that for now. All right, next up, we're gonna get into that dynamic portion of the workout here. All right, gonna be very similar to what I've done in my previous mobility and more classes. So if you guys know what you're doing for this, you guys can go ahead and follow along, get right into it. All right, if you have the space, I'm gonna be walking out about 6 to 8 yards down and back. If you guys have the space, that's great. Obviously, if you're just doing this at home, you guys can just do this stationary for the same amount of time that I'm doing it for, so about 15 to 30 seconds. All right, we're gonna start off, guys, getting that quad stretched out here. Okay, so we're gonna do a walking quad stretch, reaching up, opposite hand. We're gonna grab that front part of that ankle, foot, pointing that knee into the ground, and then we're just extending on the down toe, getting a pull, okay, holding for about 2 to 3 seconds at the top. You guys should feel that quad getting stretched out. Okay, do it every step of the way here, guys. Like I said, let's go about 6 to 8 yards down and back with this one. All right, focus on getting a nice stretch at that top position. And then once we're there, all right, lock that core in. Get that balance, get that stability. Flipping it around, coming back. next up we're gonna do a hip flexor and glute stretch, okay, with walking knee tucks. Okay, for this, guys, we're standing all the way straight up, okay, make sure we're not bending down, okay. Once we're grabbing that knee, okay, we're pulling, going straight up with it, and you guys should feel that glute getting worked. Obviously that hip flexor that's getting pulled should be getting worked. Same thing, extend on that down toe, hold up for about 2 to 3 seconds, alternate every step of the way, okay. 6 to 8 yards down, guys. Make sure we're not bending at that low back position. Okay, you guys shouldn't have a deep arch in that back. All right, should just be going straight up with it. All right, flip it around, coming back. Next up, we're going to be doing a walking glute stretch, okay? So for this, we're going to be cradling knee and ankle, okay? Cradling that, all right? We're going to pull simultaneously. As you guys do that, you should feel that glute getting worked, okay? Deep in there, okay? Make sure you guys are pulling both on the knee and the ankle simultaneously, all right? With the same amount of force, all right? Don't pull too hard on that knee, too hard on that ankle, okay? You don't want to injure either one of those. Okay, same thing, guys, make sure we're not bending at that low back position, pulling straight up, holding about 2 to 3 seconds, alternating every step of the way, okay, or 15 to 30 seconds. Next up, we're going to do a walking hamstring sweeps. All right, so obviously this exercise, we're going to get those hammies stretched out. All right, every step of the way here, guys, we're kicking up one leg out in front. Okay, point that toe 45 degrees up in the air. And then here, we're hinging at the waist. As we do that, you'll feel those hamstrings getting worked. And then we're sweeping, walking in every step. Okay, alternating as we go. Okay, make sure, like I said, guys, we're hinging back and we're not just squatting down. Okay, as soon as you squat down, all of that hamstring tension is dissipated. Okay, so make sure you guys are hinging, walking every step. Go about 6 to 8 yards down and back here, or 15 to 30 seconds. Sweet. Next up, guys, we're going to go through our lunge complex. All right. So next up, we're going to do forward lunges. Okay. On these guys, per usual, make sure we're going big step out. Keep that knee out. Okay. Don't let it collapse. Stay nice and strong in the glute. Okay. Keep that chest up every step of the way. Okay. If you guys need to drop that back knee to the ground, that's totally fine. Okay. That'll be the first thing we do. Go down and back for that, or 15 to 30 seconds. After that, we're gonna do a reverse lunge, okay? So same thing as the forward lunge, okay? Only difference being is we're taking that big step back as opposed to taking a big step forward. Okay, same thing, down and back, 6 to 8 yards, or 15 to 30 seconds. And the last thing we'll have for that lunge complex is gonna be those side lunges, okay? For this, we're gonna go ahead, big step out every step of the way, Make sure we're hinging back at that waist. We're gonna sink down to one side, sink down to the other, and then we're flipping it every step of the way. All right? Go ahead and go through all 3 of those. All right, down and back for 15 to 30 seconds per exercise. All right, focus on quality reps here, guys. We're syncing up all of those lower body components, both the quads, hamstrings, calves, glutes. Okay, getting everything engaged here. All right, so focus quality reps here. That lower body going. All right, next up we got those reverse lunges. Okay, so face that same way. Big step back. All right, also working on balance here. Okay, keeping that core intact, keeping that torso upright. Okay, all right, last thing we got here are those side lunges. Back. All right, nice guys. Alrighty, last things we're gonna do here for our dynamic warm up. We're gonna get a little bounce in our step here, okay? With A skips, all right? Now A skips here, this is definitely more of a dynamic exercise. It's definitely appropriate to use for any type of sports performance, okay? If you're looking to improve upon your running, sprinting, okay? Definitely something that you want to integrate, okay? All right, for this exercise, guys, we're definitely gonna have a rhythm, okay? All right, gonna be at a nice rhythm here, okay? Not a normal skip. All right, but we're doing this hop motion. Okay, while you guys are doing this, make sure we're doing that opposite arm up, opposite leg up. Make sure we have that foot dorsiflexed here. Okay, so we don't want that foot limp. Okay, have it dorsiflexed. All right, and every time we're hitting that ground, we're popping. Okay, so popping. All right, here guys, let's go about 8 to 15 yards down and back. Okay, all right. We're going for about 20 to 40 seconds here, okay? Here, guys, we're focusing on getting as many reps as we can, all right? Not focusing on getting through this one as quickly as possible. All right, coming back. Guys, last thing we'll do here is going to be a B skip, okay? So very similar to that A skip, okay? We're going to be using that popping motion, hopping that foot up, okay? Only difference here is we're going to involve a sweeping action as well, okay? So here we're going to get that extension of the leg, okay? Coming down, and when you guys finish, you guys should have that foot right underneath where that other one is. Okay, so it should look something like this. Just like that. Okay, alternate every step of the way here, guys. Same thing, 8 to 15 yards down, 8 to 15 coming back. Okay, stay bouncing here, guys. Cycle those legs. Remember, we're going for as many steps as we can. Not trying to get through this as quickly as possible. Reach that leg, sweep it underneath. Okay, guys. All right, warm-ups are completed. All right. At this point, we're gonna get into that mobility section of the workout, okay? Mobility work we're gonna do today, guys, like I said earlier, it's gonna be shoulder work, okay? So increasing strength, increasing range of motion throughout that shoulder joint, throughout that shoulder muscle deltoid, okay? All right, first exercise that we're gonna go through, guys, we're gonna be using this thin, lower, lighter resistance band, okay? You guys have one of those, grab them now, okay? First exercise that I'm gonna go over here is what I like to call resistance band liftovers or resistance band liftoffs, okay? Has a bunch of different names, liftovers, liftoffs, whatever you wanna call it. For this exercise, guys, we're gonna have one foot in the middle of this band, okay? Hand position, we're gonna have about shoulder width, okay? You guys could even go maybe a little bit more inside of that as well. Okay, so about shoulder width, maybe more narrow, okay? For your foot here, all right, if you guys wanna make this more challenging, more resistance, you guys can just add that second band, and you guys can widen those feet out as much as you need to, okay? To start, you guys can just have one foot in, hands, like I said, shoulder width or neutral, or a little bit more narrow, okay? And here, guys, we're gonna keep those arms straight, lifting up with control. Once we get above our head, guys, we're bringing it right past our head here, okay? We're opening up, and we're touching that back part of the neck, coming back up with good tempo, and then we're coming back down with good tempo, okay? This exercise, guys, we're working on a little bit of that shoulder external rotation, okay? So working that external rotation that you guys rarely ever work on or rarely ever doing in your workouts, okay? This is gonna help set those shoulders back, okay? And open up that chest more, okay? As well as working on that shoulder dexterity and that shoulder growth, okay? But like I said, guys, remember as you're doing this, slow and controlled full time, okay? So I don't want you guys going up, down, back up, and like that. That's doing nothing, okay? Keep good tension throughout the whole time. Good tempo up. Open at the top, touch that back part of the neck, back up, and then we're controlling on the way down, okay? All right, this is all about quality here, guys, okay? We'll just go through one set here of about 10 to 12 reps, okay? So follow along with me, guys. Have that foot in. Good control, good tempo. All right, keep those arms straight. Open up, touch that back part of the neck, then we're coming back down. All right, get 10 to 12 reps in, and then you guys can get some water real quick. Guys, get those reps in. Once you guys have finished up those 10 to 12, you guys should feel that front part of those shoulders getting worked, okay? Should feel that getting worked, okay? So that's the goal there for that, guys. Definitely working through that full range of motion, making sure that we're getting behind that head, okay? That's gonna be key for any type of overhead presses, any type of just overhead movement. We're gonna wanna have those hands above, okay? Those power lift movements, so clean and jerk, with the press, the snatch, okay, that hang snatch, power snatch, okay? You guys wanna make sure that you guys are working on that to increase that range of motion, okay? So that's the first exercise, resistance band liftovers or liftoffs, okay? Next two movements that we're gonna go over are gonna be utilizing those TRX straps, okay? So if you guys have those TRX straps, you guys can go ahead and get to those. All right, if you guys don't have them, That's totally fine, okay? Just pay attention, okay? See how these movements work, see how they're done, and then you guys can do them whenever you're trying to increase that range of motion or strengthen those shoulder joints, okay? First exercise that we're gonna do with the TRX straps are gonna be what is called TRX Fallouts, okay? If you guys haven't done this before, not only is this exercise great for working on shoulder dexterity, shoulder movement, but it's also going to be great for working on core strengthening, okay, or core work, okay? All right, for this, guys, we're going to be in the prone position with our TRX straps, okay? So we're facing the ground, okay, prone position, all right? Hand placement with the straps. You guys are going to want to have those straps nice and tight to the thighs, okay? So we're starting off nice and tight with the thighs. Our feet are going to be a little bit behind us, a little bit closer to the wall. All right, when you guys are doing this movement, we're going to be keeping those arms straight the whole time. And all we're doing here is we're opening them up. Okay, as you guys open up, you're going to feel that core getting worked. You're going to feel that your hips wanting to shoot out. Don't do that. Keep everything connected. As you move those arms out, you're going to tighten up that core. Obviously, you're going to be working those shoulders as you're opening up. Once you guys get to a spot where you guys feel your hips are about to lose tension, make sure we're bringing those straps right back, or those hands right back to you, okay? All right, here guys, let's go ahead and let's get 8 to 10 reps in. All right, if you guys are doing this on its own, you guys can probably do about 2 to 3 sets of about 8 to 12 reps, okay? Focus once again on quality reps here. You're not trying to speed through it to try to go through as fast as possible, all right? Get that quality tension, bring it on back, okay? Let's get 8 to 12 reps here, guys. Okay, alrighty guys, nice. That is our first TRX movement that we just went over. Like I said, those are TRX fallouts, okay? Not only shoulder benefits, but we're gonna get core benefits from that as well, okay? Next movement that we're gonna do is gonna be what is called TRX, all right, give me a second. TRX 3-point dangerous space reach, okay? All right, what this exercise is going to accomplish, what it's going for, is we're going through basically a series of different movements to where your arm is going out, okay? All right, with this exercise, it's gonna be somewhat of a unilateral exercise, so really we're gonna be just working one side at a time, okay? Starting position is we're gonna be with those TRX straps, same thing, we're gonna be prone, okay? So facing the ground here, all right? Those straps are gonna be nice and high up on our body here, okay? You're gonna have them nice and tight, all right? And basically what you guys are gonna be doing is you're gonna be reaching, punching up, okay? Extending out in front, keeping this position. You're gonna punch about 45 degrees, opening it up just a little bit more, coming back, and then you're gonna be punching out to the side and coming back, okay? That's gonna be that 3-point reach, okay? Once you guys go through one side, you guys can alternate, hit that other side, same thing. Out in front, 45 degrees, and then we're in that T position, okay? All right, for this movement, you guys, as far as sets and reps go, if you're doing this on its own, you guys can do about 2 to 4 sets here, okay? And then you guys can go through each side about 4 to 6 times on each side, okay? All right, so let's go through this one time here, okay? We'll go through Both sides will go through about 3 to 5 times here, okay? So get in that start position, all right? This one we're gonna have a little bit more tension, so straps are just gonna be in here, all right? Have a slight lean with that body, and like I said, we're gonna punch out, 45 degrees, and then out to the side, okay? Whole time try to stay upright here, and then you're just gonna alternate as you go. You guys are also gonna keep that core engaged as well, okay? The more you're inclined, the more difficult it is going to be. All right, and then here we're obviously putting that shoulder through a series of varying positions. Okay, so this is going to be a very practical exercise. All right, obviously we're putting our shoulders through a lot on a day-to-day basis. Okay, alright guys, go through that, like I said, about 3 to 6 times on each side here, okay? That's our third movement. It's that TRX 3-way dangerous space reach, okay? Keep it nice and tight, hit that full extension, hit that 45 degree, hit that to a T, okay? And then we're also working that core there, okay? Next 2 exercises that we're gonna do, or I should say the next exercise we're gonna do, we're not gonna be using the TRX straps. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'll bring this camera back to our starting positions. Okay, alrighty guys, next movement we're gonna do is gonna be utilizing this lighter kind of glute band, smaller glute band here, okay, with lighter resistance. All right, the exercise that we're gonna be doing here is what I'm calling an external banded square. Okay, so basically what that means here, guys, is we're gonna have that band around the arms. Okay, thumbs will be pointing out about 45 degrees to get that external rotation. Okay, and here, guys, we're gonna keep this position going up beyond our head, and then we're just coming back down with good tempo. Okay, so throughout, guys, keep those arms apart, keep those thumbs about 45 degrees up, go past that head position, okay? And then for this, guys, same thing, if you're doing this on your own, you can do this about 2 to 3 sets, about 8 to 12 reps, okay? All right, we'll go ahead and we'll just do 1 set here, okay? About 10 to 12 reps. Like I said, guys, have good tempo, all right? Bring those arms above that head, and come back. Focusing on keeping our shoulders externally rotated the full time. Okay, alrighty guys, you can go ahead and get that band out of the way. Alright, that is our 4th movement. Alright, using that glute band. Last mobility exercise that we're going to go over to help increase that strength and that range of motion in the shoulders is going to be we're going to be lying on our side position here, okay? We're going to be doing a dumbbell shoulder external rotation into a press. Okay, from there we're just gonna be bringing that weight down. So starting position, guys, for this movement, we're gonna be on our side, okay, stacking both knees on top of each other, okay, and here we're just gonna be laying all the way down. Okay, so you're gonna be facing whichever way you're facing here, you're basically gonna have your dumbbell out in front like so. Okay, so have everything stacked, have that arm out in front. Try to have that chest a little bit more prone, a little bit facing that ground. Okay, and here, every rep, guys, we're gonna roll that weight tight into us, okay? And then from here, we're gonna keep that arm 90 degrees, rotating externally, getting a press, and then we're gonna control it on the way down, okay? Just repeating that movement each time, okay? When you guys are doing this, focus on working on controlling that shoulder external rotation, okay? Make sure we're not swinging that weight, okay? And then when you guys are getting that press to the top, okay, make sure that you're controlling, then pressing, as opposed to just coming out into that press position, okay? All right, let's get both sides here. All right, when you guys do this on its own, you guys can do about 1 to 3 sets here of about 6 to 12 reps per side. Okay, so here we're just gonna do 1 set, all right? And let's focus on hitting 6 reps each side. Okay, quality technique here. All right, so roll that weight in, keep it 45 degrees, externally rotate, press, come all the way down. Let's go ahead and get 6 on that other side. Okay, alrighty guys. So that wraps up our shoulder mobility work for today. Okay, hopefully this gives you guys a few more options to kind of pick and choose from to help, like I said, increase that strength, increase that range of motion throughout the shoulders. So that way we're helping keep them injury free, okay? Because as we all know, shoulders are definitely one of those major joints that gets worked on a day-to-day basis, okay? So it is key to keeping up with those shoulders by making sure that we're putting them through these series of motions that's going to put them in a good spot for us because we're using them on a day-to-day basis, okay? All right, let's go through those guys. Like I said, I give you those suggested sets and reps. When you guys are just trying to do some shoulder mobility work, you guys can do those by themselves for those sets, for those reps. So next up, guys, we are going to get into the last part of our workout, which is just going to be a nice total body Tabata formatted strength-based workout here, okay? What we'll need here, we're gonna need a mat, a little bit of space if you have it, and then if you guys have lighter or moderate pair of dumbbells, you guys can grab those at this time, okay? First exercise that we're gonna do, we're gonna be on our back in a hip bridge position, doing a fluid skull crusher into a chest press, okay? Whole time, make sure we're pressing through those heels, keep those glutes engaged. And like I said, guys, keep those arms neutral. Reach back with those skull crusher, rotate on up, press to that chest, okay? All right. Second exercise we're gonna do is gonna be hitting the lower body. We're gonna be doing a fluid forward lunge into a side lunge. Okay, so we'll be going on a Tabata format, so obviously time-based. For half the time, stick with that same, that first leg, okay? Hit your right leg, hit your left leg, and then for the remainder of that time, hit the other half, okay? All right, third exercise, we're gonna be in the plank position here doing up downs. All right, so we're gonna go from the hand or the high plank position all the way down to that forearm position and vice versa. All right, fourth exercise, we're gonna stay on the ground in that high plank position, and we're gonna be doing alternating rows. Okay, so every time a weight gets set back down, you're rowing into that next one. Okay, like I said, high plank position. If you guys don't want to, you guys can just do this from the bench over row position as well. All right, fifth exercise we're gonna do here, another lower body exercise. This one we're either doing drop squats or predator jacks. Okay, both of those are basically the same exercise, just kind of depending on how you want to look at it. Drop squats, for that we're basically just hopping out, hopping back up. Okay, predator jacks, it's just going to include the upper body. It'll be the same thing with the lower body, so hopping out, but instead we're hopping with our arms out as well, coming back together. Okay, sixth and final exercise that we'll do is going to be another core exercise. For that, we're going to be on our back, feet up in the air. We're doing elevated toe touches. Okay, so for that, getting our upper back off the ground, getting that top part of the core contracted. All right, and that'll be what we do to end class today. Okay, all right, with all that being said, guys, like I said, we're gonna do 2 rounds here, 6 exercises. We'll have 30 seconds on, and then we're gonna have 10 seconds off in between. Okay, all right, I'm gonna get my timer going here. All right, you guys can just follow along with me. 6 rounds. Seconds. Alrighty, guys. Round 1 here. We're starting off with that hip bridge into that skull crusher into that chest press. So you guys can go ahead and hop on the ground here. We got 7 seconds to begin. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it, guys. Two, 1, and stop. Alrighty, guys, next up, we got that fluid forward lunge to side lunge. Stick with that same side, switch it over after. Alright, let's get it, guys. Big step out in front, big step to the side. Open up those hips here. Good, halfway, switch legs. Next up, plank up downs. Go from the high plank position down to the low. 2, 1, let's go. Next up, guys, high plank, alternating rows. All right, let's get it. Nice, guys. Next up, predator jacks or drop squats. 2, 1. Let's go. All right, guys, last thing we got, feet elevated, toe touches. 2, 1, let's go. All right, nice guys. We're gonna take a quick 20 seconds off here, 30 seconds off. And we just got one more round of that coming up. Back to the top with those hip bridge, skull crusher to chest press. All right, you guys get ready here. Last set, best set. 6 exercises left. All right, guys, 10 seconds here. Let's get ready. Get in that hip bridge position. 2, 1, let's go. Next up, forward lunge to side lunge. Stick to one side for half time. 2, 1, let's go. Switching here, switch legs. Okay, next up, Pike Up Downs. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Two, 1. All right, next up, high plank alternating rows. 2, 1, let's go. Two, 1, and stop. All right, next up, predator jacks or drop squats. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 2, 1. All right, last thing we got, guys. Feet elevated, toe touches. 2, 1. Let's go. Two, 1, and stop. Woo! Alrighty, guys. Good work. Way to finish class. Hope you guys got a nice little sweat to end it. As always, guys, I appreciate you taking the time watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. Can't even talk. I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. Hopefully, you guys learned a little bit something. Hopefully, you guys have taken a little bit away to help strengthen those shoulders, okay? Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please be sure to leave a comment what you had questions on, okay? Always, we appreciate that feedback, all right? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are staying safe. Hopefully you guys are having a great summer. Until next time, guys, take care. We'll see you in the next video.